What's going on, guys? Gonna be playing some Pokemon TCG Live today with my Mega Mawile EX deck. We got a new Mega Mawile EX. This guy's got 270 HP for a basic Pokemon. Does give up the 3 prize cards, and 270 is on the lower end of the basic ones, I believe. It's also weak to fire. Resistance of Grass. If you haven't seen its attacks yet, though, it's got the attack Gobble Down. For 2 steals or 2 metals, it does 80 damage. This attack does 80 damage for each prize card you have taken. So if you've taken 2 prize cards, just knocked out a basic EX, you're doing 160. If you've knocked out a Mega Pokemon, you've taken 3 prize cards, you're doing 240. And then if you've taken 4 or 5 prize cards, you're doing 320 or 400 damage, which is pretty good. 320 can knock out a lot of stage 2 EXs, and then 400 can knock out everything. So pretty good attack. Of course, this requires you to take prizes, though. You don't get to like make this go up by sacrificing Dusknoirs like you can with Reshiram and Zekrom. You have to take the prizes yourself, which I guess Dusknoir, you could use Dusknoir and get extra prizes. That would help you take prizes faster, but your opponent would also get to take a prize. But then its second attack, Huge Bite, does 260 damage for 2 metals and a colorless. That's knocking out all of the basic EXs and Golden Go, which is a stage 1. I don't think most stage 1s though have 260, and really it's just basics and stage 1s. You're 2-shotting things though, but the problem is the secondary effect on this attack says if your opponent's active Pokemon already has any damage counters on it, this attack's base damage is 300. So you have to be pretty smart about when you put damage counters on things, and you also have to be pretty smart about trying to take prizes with Huge Bite, like when you use it. So then your Gobble Down will be doing at least 80 or 80 to 160, right? So then you can go Huge Bite into Gobble Down to 2-hit KO things, because 160 plus 260, that's plenty of damage. That's 420. And we have a 2 retreat cost. I've seen a lot of Mega Mawiles being played in our Chaladon, and it sounds really good, but the way we're going to be playing Mega Mawile in this deck is with Klefki. Klefki has the ability Mischievous Lock. It says as long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, basic Pokemon in play, both yours and your opponent's, have no abilities except for Mischievous Lock. And we have only Klefki and Mawile for Pokemon in the deck. We have 4 Klefki, 3 Mawile, specifically so that we have a higher chance to start Klefki than we have to start Mawile. And then the plan from there is to go Turbo Energize. Same idea as with some other decks that don't have energy accelerations, or Crispin isn't the best energy acceleration for it. Turbo Energize is a technical machine card, so you attach it and then it gets discarded at the end of the turn. And this one says search your deck for up to 2 basic energy cards and attach them to your bench Pokemon in any way you like, then shuffle your deck. So we start Klefki, we shut off Lunatone, Solrock, Rotom, Ogerpon, Teal Mask. There's probably a bunch of other basic Pokemon abilities that I'm forgetting about, but Klefki shuts all of those guys off. There's another card, Fluttermane, that I was considering putting in here, and that would give you some more basics if you don't like mulliganing. That's something to consider, but Fluttermane only shuts off your opponent's active, which could be better in some situations, but Klefki, I think, is better across the board. But then we go Klefki, Turbo Energize, and we accelerate energies to our Mega Mawile. From there, we want our Klefki to get knocked out, and then we want our opponent to have to go through 2 Mega Mawiles, because these guys give up 3 prize cards each. If our opponent knocks out 1 and they've knocked out a Klefki, that's 4 prizes. They have to knock out another Mega Mawile. We can even sacrifice another Klefki if we need to say Turbo Energize again. But as you can see, we're playing a lot of interesting cards in here, like the new Iron Defender. During your opponent's next turn, all of your metal Pokemon take 30 less damage from attacks. So this would make it so our opponent can't one-shot our Mega Mawile. For the A spec, we're playing Hero's Cape. We're gonna play this on our Mega Mawile, give it 370 HP with some Iron Defenders to take even reduced damage. We even have full Metal Lab in here to take even more reduced damage. So we're trying to make our opponent go through 2 Mawiles, make them difficult to KO. And I think the last thing to note before we just throw up the full deck list is Acerola's Mischief. This card says you can only use this if your opponent has 2 or fewer prize cards remaining. So it's like Briar. I don't know, Briar might be exactly 2. But then it says choose one of your Pokemon in play during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage from and effects of attacks done to that Pokemon by your opponent's Pokemon EX. So if we've made our opponent go through a Mawile and a Klefki, our opponent will have 2 prize cards remaining. Then we can use Acerola's Mischief on hopefully our lone Mawile that's on the board by itself, and it'll be protected from all damage and effects from Pokemon EX during your opponent's next turn. So we can use that to then be able to get another attack off with Huge Bite. And yeah, trying to win the game by taking prizes, but we're also trying to be tanky. And we need the Klefki to set up and slow our opponent down a little bit. It's been pretty fun. I'll throw up the full deck list on the screen so you can see it. I'm really excited about it. I've been having fun. I've tested it quite a bit. Yeah, it's just a different way to play Mega Mawile than with our Chaladon or with a Metang is another thing I was thinking that could be kind of cool. And I believe I've seen people use it as that with that as well. But yeah, we're just using Klefki. Then we're just going in with Mega Mawile. We have some healing cards, some tanking cards, some stally cards, but we're trying to be aggressive, really. We just need Klefki to slow our opponent down because we can't attack turn 1. But on our second turn, if we've done Turbo Energize, we can attack. And then as long as our Mawile doesn't get knocked out right away, we can just attach a metal to another Mawile on the bench and then be able to manually power up the next one. So let's go over the numbers real quick and then we'll get into the game. So we already looked at the Pokemon. We got 4 Klefki, 3 Mawile. We have 7 basics and 4 of them are Klefki, so over half. If you could play like 8 Mawile, I'm sorry, 4 Mawile and 4 Klefki, then you have 8 basics and you have a 50% chance to start your Klefki. But I'd rather just play 1 less Mawile and we have a little higher percent chance to start the Klefki. And something to keep in mind is using Joust will make your Huge Bite do 30 damage, so don't do that unless you need to Joust for some reason. Then we'll just keep going left to right here. We've got 3 counter catchers. If our Klefki dies, counter catcher's active, and we just counter catcher up a Fezandipity, a Genesect, a whatever basic EX Pokemon on the bench and just get 2 prize cards off of it is the plan. And we don't have to play our supporter and boss in order to play counter catcher. We just have to find the counter catcher. Then we have 1 Earthen Vessel to be able to find energy off of Arven, 4 Iron Defenders. This card's like Iron Defender, I think, is a more fun card than competitive card, and that's kind of why I just wanted to try it out with trying to survive hits, trying to make our opponent have a difficult time KOing the Mega Mawile. I think Iron Defender works, and a fun way to use it since it just came out in the Mega Evolution set also. Then we got 4 Nest Balls. We don't have a huge amount of basics, but we do need to find them, so we're just playing Nest Balls. I was thinking you could also play that Mega Call item, the one that searches for Mega Pokemon specifically, because then you could play it and thin it out of your deck without playing it onto your bench. But just 4 Nest Balls is probably safer just to be able to find what we need, because sometimes you open them all wild and you need the Klefki, and you need Nest Ball for that. Then we got 1 Night Stretcher, gets us an energy, gets us one of our basics, and specifically if we've prized 2 Mawile, you could get back your lone Mawile. Say you powered it up once with the Turbo Energize and then your opponent knocked it out. You could promote Klefki, Night Stretcher back the Mawile and be able to do it again. Then we have 4 Pokégears because we have no draw engine and a bunch of situational supporters, 2 Metal Labs and 2 Town Stores for stadiums. Metal Lab makes metal Pokemon take 30 less damage, makes us a little tankier. Then Town Store is the setup card that we have here. It finds us our tool that we need, so Turbo Energize, but it can find us our other tools throughout the game, and that will have a different purpose. Then we have the 2 Acerolas Mischief. This card is very awesome. The one time I got it to work was against Golden Go, and if I was able to find my other one, actually I think I only had one in the deck at that point, or if I was able to find a Gust the following turn, or I needed an Iono, this card's just very, very strong. And I think it's very strong in this deck where we're just going like mono big Mawile board state. It's a fun card too. Then we got 4 Arvens. Our setup cards, like our best ones are probably Arven and Colress's Tenacity. Arven can find us an item and then our tool. So we can find our energy off of this, or basic search with Nest Ball or Earthen Vessel, and then our Turbo Energize, or other tools throughout the game. And throughout the game, I think Arven will be better, but Colress is very good setting up also. This searches your deck for a stadium and an energy. We have not just metal energies, we also have Jet and Mist. Finding our stadium will get Town Store probably, and then say we started Mega Mawile and we had access to Klefki with an item like a Nest Ball. We Nest Ball for Klefki, Colress for Jet, and Turbo Energize. We get the Jet, Klefki to the active, Mawile goes to the bench. We can Turbo Energize to the Mawile without having to play like an Air Balloon on it, or without having to waste attachments, or without having to Turbo Energize from Mega Mawile in the active to Mega Mawile on the bench. We're able to have Klefki in the active and slow our opponent down. So that's a fun combo you can do there. Then we have 2 bosses to be able to gust well ahead on prizes, searchable off of Pokégear. Then we have 3 Ionos. When our Mawile gets knocked out, our opponent takes 3 prize cards, so Iono's pretty good. It sets them down to 3 cards right away, especially if they've taken the knockout on the Klefki. We're setting them down to 2 prize cards, and we get to find a bunch of new cards of our own, put our hand on the bottom of the deck so we see new cards. Then we have 1 Penny. This is our only like healing card. We have ways to reduce damage and give our guys more HP or make them immune, but Penny actually just heals and picks up the guy. We get to save tools and energies attached, unlike Turbo, right? Then for the tools, we have 1 Air Balloon, 1 Charm, 1 Hero's Cape, and then the 2 Turbo Energize. I think Hero's Cape is the best ace spec for the deck if we're trying to like tank hits. You could go with Legacy Energy, where then you can make your opponent have to go through like 3 Mawiles potentially, but then you'd have to Penny off the board your Klefki. And I think it's just better to plan for your opponent to knock out Klefki, and then we just Hero's Cape the Mawile. The 2 Turbo Energize because we want to be able to play it and sometimes play it twice. Then the Charm is for our second Mawile. So the Cape is for 1, Charm is for the other. And then the Air Balloon lets us be able to retreat the Klefki or retreat the Mawile without having to waste an attachment. Sometimes you have to retreat your Mawile this way and you don't have access to the jet energy and you don't want to leave the Mawile in the active. So I think Air Balloon is worth including still. Then we have 2 Jets, 1 Mist, and 9 Metals. Quite a few energies, but I've had it where I didn't have energies in the deck for Turbo Energize because I drew into some and prized them, which is really unfortunate. So I think 9 metals is reasonable, even though it is kind of a lot. We do want to get out like 3 energies out of our deck turn 1, which is a quarter of them. So, and we do need 2 metals to attack with Mega Mawile's, both of my Mega Mawile's attacks. And then the Jet is already for the Klefki Colress combo, like I already said. And then the Mist Energy, this protects our guy from prevents all effects of attacks used by your opponent's Pokemon done to the Pokemon this card is attached to. So this can come up versus like Monkey Dory, right? If your opponent tries to hit your Mega Mawile with a Monkey Dory to confuse you, this would protect you from confusion. It would protect you on the bench from like a Dragapult's spread attack. But the main reason I actually have it in here, or the reason I first put it in here, was because I was playing against Alakazam a couple times, the new Alakazam that does damage based on cards in their hands, and it places damage counters. So if you just put a Mist Energy on your Mega Mawile, that Alakazam doesn't do damage to you. And I haven't seen them playing like Enhanced Hammer. They could, and that would ruin our plan. But if we just put a Mist Energy on our Mega Mawile, they have no way to damage it other than with like little weak attacks from Dunsparce or Kadabra and whatnot. Mist Energy is pretty broken for that, and it's situational for most other things. But that's the deck. I'm pretty excited about it. Hopefully we get Mega Mawile to do some stuff. Let's hop in the games. All right, hopping into this first one here. A couple other things that you could include is I think the protective glasses against a fire deck if you were to play against that. But I've been running into the most fire decks, and I think it's more situational than some of the other cards that we could include, like Mist Energy. So yeah, protective glasses though would make it so your Mega Mawile doesn't have a weakness. All right, starting Mega Mawile, and we don't have a fantastic hand. Unfortunately, we don't get to start the Klefki here, but it happens. And I mentioned Fluttermane too, but it's like Fluttermane is so much more situational than Klefki. And definitely not as like way less good. Oh man, Klefki would have been nice. Shut off their Kangaskhan. Whoa. What? Levincia? Lightning Energies and Charizard? That's cool. But yeah, Fluttermane could be cool still though. Well, hopefully we top deck something. That's not what we wanted. Well, I'm thinking we could Iono, try and high roll, you know, Klefki, Air Balloon. Although we're not gonna find Jet 100%, so I think we should just put the metal on this guy. And maybe we at least find... I don't think we want to play Iron Defender yet. Hopefully we find like Turbo Energized Mega Mawile. Nope, we don't find anything. All right, here we go. Definitely more of a fun deck, but this is not a good start though. Okay. Hopefully they don't find Mega Charizard. That's cool. If we could find a Nest Ball here, we can Jet Colress and Turbo Energize. Come on. Nope. Well, maybe we just go Arven for Turbo Energize then, and we can Nest Ball. Maybe we can Penny this guy off the board, or we can Jet. Hopefully they just don't one-shot us. We only have one Turbo Energize. I believe we saw Penny already. We have Hero's Cape, 2 Acerola, Mischiefs. All right, I think this is what we do. And we'll just Turbo Energize. We still kind of want them to have to go through a Klefki though. So we'll see. Maybe we can still make that happen. We actually do need to take a knockout on Mew. Actually, these Bouffalants are going to make this guy very tanky. 60 less damage. They need 2 heads to one-shot us here. Hopefully that doesn't happen. I guess if it does, though, we can counter catcher KO Mew. But we're still not two-shotting Mega Kangaskhan. I'm guessing the Charmander's just like in here to get a one-shot. Okay, good. All right, another Mawile. An Iono would be reasonable, would be okay. Or we go Colress for Jet. I can see what we find off of here. All right, nothing. Okay. Let's go Colress for Jets, and we could do Town Store. Thin things out of the deck. Get a... Oh, we prized our Air Balloon. Other ways we could actually use that. I think we'll just get Hero's Cape. Grab the Hero's Cape. I don't think we want to put another Mawile down yet, especially with no energies. We're hitting him for 200. And then the following turn, our huge bite will be doing 0 damage. I don't know if they have healing on this guy, though, or in their deck. Hopefully they... I'd be okay if they gusted KO'd our Mawile on the bench. Like, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Because then our counter catcher's live and we can KO the Mew. I want to Iono them, because their hand is huge. Okay. Oh, Monkey Dory would be also a problem, but thankfully we haven't seen that yet. All right. If they bring up the Mew, it's dead, so... But I think they're just powering it up for next to have a backup attacker of some kinds. All right, and this is getting Charmeleon or Charizard. Okay, another Kangaskhan. All right. I don't know why they didn't just power that guy up instead of Mew, but Mew's pretty fun attacker. All right, we're not dead, thank God. It's close. Okay, we have Penny. That's not that bad. Okay, I think we're going to Penny. And I think I want to put up a fresh Mawile. It's Town Store. Grab this. We'll Penny the active, and we're going to promote the full health Mawile. Because we're going to use Jet to pivot. All right. The thing is, though, I kind of want to power up this one. I think we'll use the Charm now. Because Charm or Cape, doesn't matter. Actually, it does matter. They need one less heads, but I really don't think they're going to get that many heads. And then we put this guy down. And do I power up this one or this one? Man, if they just have a boss, they could go through that guy. So... And I have no more turbo energizes. Oof. All right, I think it's smarter to put it on here. And I have no more pennies. They shouldn't one-shot us here. So I'm not even gonna put a thing on it. Or does it even matter? We just want to make sure they don't one-shot us, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. They definitely shouldn't one-shot us. That would require 3 heads. And then, man, maybe 3 turbo energizes would be worth it. Okay, good. Excuse me, they do go after this thing. The nice thing is they don't have a Latios down. So we can go for like 2 shots on everything if we wanted. Wow, all right, they would have one-shot. They would have one-shotted the 320 HP one. Well, let's promote this dude. And I can't put up Klefki. I mean, we're gonna play this, and I think we're gonna get this. And hopefully pop off next turn. Play this on him. Play the metal on him. And then I guess I could have put this on him last turn. I probably should have done that. And I have no more tools in the deck. I don't want to use the counter catcher yet because we're going to want to counter catcher Mew next turn. I could play Iron Defender to reduce damage they deal. I think we probably actually do want to do that. So let's do that. And we'll Jet counter catcher Pokégear for Iono. Hopefully everything works out next turn for us. Okay. All right, there's a Charizard. How many more fires are in their deck, though? None are in their discard. They have 4 in play. They probably at least have 2 more. Okay. We can go KO on Mew, KO on Bouffalant, KO on Kangaskhan. I think that's our plan here. All right. Well, Augustin, we're done. There's nothing we can do about it, man. No reason not to get a Klefki out. Then we have better odds of hitting here. And unfortunately, Acerola is not even going to be live. So I think we go Jet. Counter catcher KO Mew. Oh wait, I could have bossed it. Oh well. Well, we had a terribly slow start, unfortunately. One gust and they have the game, but we had have our prizes mapped out. I think we could do it. Literally, we just got to go boss, KO, boof. And nah, we need damage reduction too. So yeah, it would have been better to boss last turn. Or yeah, boss last turn, save counter catcher. Because we need to reduce damage that they're going to deal to us now. But I don't know. I mean, we would have been able to play Colress, but at this point we have no other supporters. Let's see, what do we draw? We draw like an Iono or something. A metal. Yeah, it doesn't even matter. Well, I think that's it. I mean, I could retreat into Klefki and boss up a Bouffalant. Definitely boss up Bouffalant is the play. If I boss up this guy, it doesn't really do anything. We have to stall. And I don't want to attack this thing yet. I don't want to take the prize because then they just win. So, and we kill him with Gobble Down. So then I just retreat into Klefki and hope they don't have a gust. And then I need to find damage reduction and, well, damn it. Now though, we could find, well, never mind. I was gonna say we could find, what's his name? The Marnie card. The, not Marnie. What's his name? Acerola. We could have played Acerola if they KO'd Klefki, but yeah, didn't start Klefki and had a pretty slow start. Mega Kangaskhan by itself too just drew through the whole deck. Well, off to a slow start. Up against a fighting deck. Those are good decks now. This could be a scary matchup too. Hopefully we start Klefki. Hopefully we can do our thing a little bit more. Our whole plan doesn't get screwed by never finding Klefki. Come on, hopefully you called heads. Damn it! I hate it when people call tails, man. I never pay attention to what they call. Let's go! You're going first! Alright, give me Klefki now. Give me tails. I mean, give me Klefki. Frick, man! Well, yeah. At least we could... No, we have nothing. We have to Iono again. I was trying Lily, and at one point I also had 4 Colress. But here it's like Arven is what we want. We want Arven for Nest Ball. What's his name? Okay, good. They didn't get nothing. All right. Fuck yeah. We can play the fucking game. Okay. We prized 1 jet. Just kidding. It's in the hand. And we prized a Turbo Energize. Okay. We have the Mist, the Air Balloon, all the tools, some counter catchers, some boss, some Acerola. We have Penny. All right. We play Colress for Town Store. And could grab another jet. Or Mist. I don't think Mist really matters here. I think we just grab the jet. And grab the Turbo Energize. Let's just do this in this order so I don't get confused. And Turbo Energize. Woo. Well, if they don't find their Lucario, we boss that guy and KO it next turn. If they KO Lucario, we can use Counter Catcher. Hopefully our Town Store doesn't get bumped and we can put a Hero's Cape on our Mawile. Unfortunately, this guy does KO Klefki. Its attack's not affected by weakness or resistance. Pretty good. What do you have, sir? You don't do nothing. Either way, they're thinning. But they can't use this guy's ability. They can use Lucario, though. And we need to take a prize in order to two-shot this thing, which kind of sucks. I think if we... Damn. I could see KOing the Lunatone so that we can go... for a two-shot on this thing. It's tough, though. I guess I could just hit into them also and then go for a Counter Catcher next turn and KO something, and then we could finish them off. Definitely grabbing Hero's Cape. We do have Penny. Acerola is gonna come in, like, it's gonna be something we need to play. Counter Catcher KO this. Doesn't seem terrible. And then we have to hope they bench Fez, maybe. And we'll put the metal on this. So we're doing no damage yet. Then we can Nest Ball then Iono. And we could actually use another Klefki, I think, too. Maybe we get another Turbo Energize. I think I'd rather put a Klefki down than another Mawile yet. Okay. Make your guy a little tankier. And what the heck, let's just play this guy down and play a metal and a charm on it. Or play the charm on it. I mean, I think it made sense to hit the Lucario too, but I want to take prizes. They shouldn't be able to one-shot this guy. There's Fez, frick yeah. Okay, so we just KO Lucario and Fez for game now. I don't think you can kill me, man. I really hope you can't kill me, man. It's fine. And they're getting another guy down. They haven't fezzed. They're thinning. Okay. What the fuck? All right, they're adding 80 damage to this. So they're doing 350 right now, but we're taking 30 less, so we have 400. So they need 2 more power items. No, damn it. Oh, this sucks. Well, I guess I should have just hit into the Lucario. Welp. And we priced our second Turbo Energize again. So, that's unfortunate. Promote this guy. Counter catcher on this, I think, is the play. We have no hand. We can't play hand disruption. And yeah. But I'm pretty sure they just have gusts, which kind of sucks. Yeah, I really regret doing what I did. I should have just hit into them. Okay, at least they don't win yet. But, like, there's one card that can help us not lose here, and it's Acerola. Maybe I should have just grabbed a Pokégear, but I think they probably have access to boss. All right, well, that does not help us. I can counter catcher up something else. I think that's the only play. Counter catcher up Fez. Get the attachment. Play that. And pass. I'm sure they have a fighting. It's alright. Next game is our game. This was, you know, it's just, you know. I believe in Mawile. I believe we can get it to work one of these games. Start Klefki. We actually should start Klefki more often than not. So, all right, cool. We get to flip our cool Mega Coin and go second, and we're going to start Klefki this time. Let's see it. There we go. Let's go. All we need to do is find an energy and a Mawile. And we get an extra card. Up against a grass deck, we see boss and counter catcher. All right. This is our game. They can do way too much damage though still with Ogerpon and Meganium and Venusaur, but if we play it smart, I think we can do it. We need them to first KO Klefki. So our counter catchers are alive and we'll go down to 2 prizes. And there's Arven. Let's go. We just need an energy or the other thing. Or we play Town Store. Cool. You can't even do that. I've seen people just forfeit to Klefki too because they are upset. So that could happen. We just need energy or Pokemon search off the top. All right, so come on. Give us what we want. There it is. I don't think Mist even matters in this matchup. I played against a Crustle grass deck and it actually did make it so their secondary effect or whatever, you know, didn't happen. We'll do this just to thin and double check that we didn't prize 4 nest balls, I guess. And we have turbo energize. What? Are you serious? Wait, no. I'm sorry. What the fuck? Wait, no, they're in their hand. I'm sorry. I'm losing track of everything. All right, we have 2. We have the nest balls. Okay. And we're going to play Arven. Okay. Sorry. And we'll grab that. We'll grab this just in case. This guy. A little lost there. That there. And we will turbo energize. And we have access to both of them, I believe. Stadium bumps are going to be kind of important here. Maybe I should have held on to Town Store. Well, maybe they're not going to be important, but they'll be relevant. Bumping their Forest Stadium if they play it and don't evolve all the way up. All right, cool. Happy I played it now because we're going to be seeing better cards. Not too bad. I could see just going for the knockout on this. But I also could see turbo energizing a second time. Whoops. What's this? Nothing. Sorry. All right, cool. So, do we take the knockout? Or do we turbo energize the second time? I mean, we're KOing their Fez. I think we could jet into a Klefki and turbo energize if we needed to. But I think also, like, if they just can't one-shot us, we take 2, and then we can take 2 again. You know? And we have a Mawile already in hand to start powering up after this. So I think this is the plan. We're going to go... Though we're going to have to find boss. I think that's okay. Yeah, I think it's alright. And I think we'll even use the jet now. Because I think we have another one. Do this. Do the jet. And... I want to find our boss. If I Arven, I can get the Iron Defender. You know what? Maybe let's do that instead. I think that's okay. Ooh, or we could find that. No, I think we'll get the Iron Defender and we'll play that now. And we'll huge bite. If we get one more knockout, we can knock out EXs with Gobble Down. Basic EXs like Ogerpon. I don't know if they can kill us with this yet. We have 400 HP, basically. And we resist grass, so 430. It's possible, though. Because Venusaur can move energies around, and then they get 3 attachments because of Ogerpon. Ogerpon's ability. Four attachments. I can't do the math though in my head. I guess I could like say they had, what, 5 energies? It'll count for 10. And then I have 3 more, so that's 13. I don't know if that would kill us. I think we still may survive. Well, did they find everything? I think they did. All right, well, let's see. Do we live or do we die? Come on, Mawile. Come on, Mawile. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! I think we just win. We'll just need to find boss. Just play that for next turn. We literally just need boss for game. I think I just Iono. I am giving him 4 cards though. Or I could play Arven for a Pokégear. I think we'll play Arven. I don't think I want to play any of these on him just in case. Yeah, I think I'd rather play Iono. I'm not going to give them cards, and then I can double check how many boss we have. We have 2 boss. All right, just huge bite. All right. And we can promote our Klefki and Turbo Energize if we really need to. But we also just got rid of older energies too. So not Ionoing, I think, was definitely the play. I believe we Iron Defendered that turn too. I like this thing. It gives us a huge breakdown. 13 energies. Yeah, we did the math. The Iron Defender made a difference. Same with the grass resistance. Are they there? Oh no, let's go, Mawile. And Klefki slowed him down just a little bit. Oh, another card I totally forgot to mention is the Lieutenant Surge. I was messing around with that for a while. Like I had it in, I had 1, I had 2. At one point I was like, let's play 4 of these. But it's not very, I was not using it because I was like, okay, my opponent could choose to give me a prize or they could let me draw. And in both of those situations, like I would rather play another supporter. The only time you'd want to play it over another supporter, I think, is if like you really need to get down to the prizes to get a knockout. Or you need to get down to the prizes to be able to use Acerola later on. And again, that's not that turn. It's something you wouldn't even be able to play that turn. You can't play 2 supporters. So Lieutenant Surge, though, I think it could be cool. Still, I think it is a really sick card. But the plan is, you know, we just force our opponent to go through the 1 Klefki, and that's all we need. We don't need him to take any extra prizes. Let's go. Nice job, Mawile. Solo Mawile for game, man. I'm hitting for 320 with the Gobble Down, but Huge Bite is where it's at. Huge Bite's sick. I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm going to say deserved. I think we deserve that one. We should have opened Klefki sooner than we did. We went 2 games not opening it. This game, we should also open it. The math says we should open it more often than we shouldn't. And it was awesome that we survived that attack. It's crazy how much damage Ogerpon does with Meganium, and then Venusaur being able to move the energies around. Like, Klefki is so good starting versus them. There it is! Look at this hand! Mawile We don't have a supporter, but we have Mawile and we have Town Store and Energy. And we're up against Mamoswine. They don't use basic abilities though. And they are tanky motherfuckers. But they're slow. So hopefully, well, also we're going to give them a Town Store. Hopefully just don't get down more basics. Okay, I think that's good. Iono's pretty decent, but they didn't play nothing. Let's Nest Ball for our Mawile. Let's see. Turbo Energize, Hero's Cape. 7 metals. We could discard 1 to thin, so we could draw into other stuff. Though we will need another Mawile powered up. We have Penny, Acerola, Colress, counter catchers. I think we might be the aggressor here too. Like, I don't think they're gonna be able to knock our guy out. Grab the Turbo Energize. But I think we do need to play quick. Like, we need to start getting the prizes. And maybe at some point later on we can make him KO a Klefki. Yeah, I think let's do this. Get rid of 1. And do we want to Iono? I mean, we do need stuff. Just hopefully we don't draw into 5 energies. Alright, cool. I think we can bench this Klefki, and we can get a Mawile here. I'm just thinking if they Iono us, I don't want to draw on these cards. Okay. I don't know if I should have discarded this metal, but you know, I guess we did Iono an energy to the bottom of the deck, so we just had to not draw into all of them. We had 2 left in the deck now, I believe. Rocky Chest Plate. All right, that's their energy accelerator. I don't think they're actually playing Garganical. They also didn't get Turbo TM Evolution, which is a really good sign. We're gonna get another. Okay, never mind. Gonna get another tool, and they don't get TM Evolution. So, do they play Latias? The Swinub has a 2 retreat. If they plan on Clefing, like, we just need time to take prizes. Though Mamoswine has 350 HP, I think. Looks like it's just Call for Family. Okay. Do they play Pidgey? Do they play Blaziken? Probably not Blaziken. Maybe Pidgey. Sorry about that. Live right by a highway and people like emoting in real life. All right. Cool. All right, that'll be a good card to hold on to. We really don't want them to pop off with rare candy. Okay. Grab that. Throw on him. Play this. I think I grabbed Pokégear. Yeah. We'll throw this on him. I think we save the jet. We could use it to save the energy on Klefki, but I don't think there's a reason. And we just go in with this guy. And I don't know if playing both tools down, like, people don't play the tool scrapper card very much. That wrench card that removes tools that Lucario had played. I don't see that card that much, so I think just playing these down, like most of the time it's just jamming tower. All right, Hilda. I'm glad we have energies to manually attach to our Mawile on the bench. Rocky chestplate makes them take... Oh, no, they have that. But they won't do that much damage right away. What are they doing? They're doing 220 right away, actually. And this makes them take 30 less. And they're just going in with it. They're getting their guys set up. I believe we are 2-hit KO'd here. Yeah, we're definitely 2-hit KO'd. All right. Huh? Did I play an Iron Defender last turn? Oh, it's only on your bench. My bad. Okay. Okay. Let's thin out another tool. Let's grab this. And let's find boss. I like boss. We KO this and then we're not 2-hit KO'd, right? 180 plus 180 is 160 or 360. So yeah. Play a metal on this guy. And go for a huge bite. We can jet turbo energize at some point to this guy if we want to. Another metal. We did need that. And now, do we 2-hit KO? I think we do. 230 plus 130 is 360. So even with the damage reduction, we 2-hit KO. Huge bite into Gobble Down. And I don't think they're going to be able to one-shot a Mega Mawile. So that's pretty big. I think these guys usually do healing. They don't like provide more damage reduction. So that's good. It looks like they may be grasping drawing, but I don't know. Maybe they see that it doesn't really make sense to attack here and let us hit them. But I don't know. Maybe I don't know which is the correct thing to do, to be honest. Oh, I wonder if they also play the fighting damage where they can make the power item makes their attacks do 30 more. Oh, wait. They could one-shot us then if they had that. But they play a lot of these tanky cards, though. Like, a lot of them. Really surprised he didn't see TM Evo. Sorry about my sniffling. Okay, Dark. That means they may play Monkey Dory. Alright, yeah, they're Klefking. I think this is totally fine, though. The question is, do we turbo energize or do we just get another knockout? Oh, well, find a boss. We could just go boss on one of their guys. Colress. All right, we'll get the damage reduction item. And energy. Let's get... I don't know if we need mist for anything. We already have a jet in hand. Let's just get a metal. Although we... No. We're good. I think we just take the knockout. Is it not make sense to do that? They are going to be able to finish us off, but and then their damage will ramp up really quick. I think we do just attack though. And I'll put the air balloon on this one. Maybe one of them can be a pivot for us. And we'll hit him with the 520 huge bite. This makes it though, now we don't have to go for a 2-shot on somebody. You know, we can go for a, we just have to knock out maybe a Fez and a stage one, a non-EX. If they happen to put down Fez. Ooh. What does he do again? Okay, no special conditions. Okay. So you're gonna have two stage twos on the bench now. So they'll be hitting for 260. Full Metal Lab will reduce damage. But we get to get the first hit off on Memo Swine. Ah, but now Counter Catcher's also not live. I don't know, man. I'm not sure. Attach basic fighting card from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon. Okay. Well, they're not moving Memo Swine. So that's good. And we still have our Penny and all of our damage reduction things. They played Lily. Maybe they do play Switch, though. All right, good. All right. We going with a huge bite here. Pokégear. What would I want to play? An Iono, possibly? Yeah. Boss would be good too. But I think Iono's better. Let's get this Turbo Energize out of here. And yeah, I don't think we want to put down another Mawile. All right, cool. But we are gonna need to pick this thing up or retreat. Well, with huge bite. How much damage? This guy's doing 140. And this guy's doing... I guess I could have boss KO'd this. We KO this, right? Yeah. 160 HP. Do you have Dark? Oh, it's not great. Now they can do stuff without doing stuff. Yeah. And it's not even so much of a problem having this. I think it's just that they can two-shot us here. I can hit in a Mamoswine, but then whatever they send up, even if they just had this guy, we would get knocked out. Yeah, we need like Penny. Iron Defender doesn't do it. I could boss up this guy. But this guy's gonna get killed by Monkey Dory damage. Yeah. I could Night Stretcher. But I think this makes more sense than a Mawile. But I have nowhere to attach it. And I believe we do finish this guy off, but yeah, this thing kills us. There's literally no way around it, so I think we just have to call it, unfortunately. We just hit him. Maybe I shouldn't have taken the knockout on Cleffa. If I didn't... Well, I think against Mamoswine, probably should have played it differently, but I'm just not sure what I should have done, to be honest. Because they're slower than we are, and we do need to take the prizes to be able to get two shots, because we can't huge bite twice. We need to take, you know, prizes so we can hit them with the Gobble Down for the 2-hit KO. But yeah, overall, the deck was hit or miss. When we opened Klefki, the deck worked better. When we didn't, it didn't work as well. But even when we do open it, like against that deck, Mamoswine, you can have a tricky time when we're not two-shotting things, and then they do get set up and we don't have ways to take our last few prizes. Like if they did bench Fez, but because they didn't knock out our Klefki, we were not going to be able to use Counter Catcher. But I had a lot of fun playing the deck overall. I'm pretty happy with what it ended up as. I don't know if I would make any changes yet. I would probably just keep testing and playing with it more, but it's pretty fun. So if you're interested in trying it out, there'll be a thing to copy and paste in the description, and that'll be it. Thank you guys for hanging out. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.